What's good, guys? Today we took a little bit of an L. I'm pretty gutted. I really was rooting for this trade, but I'm going to break it down to you guys and show you why we took this trade and how we can make this trade a little bit better. But obviously, honestly, guys, like, I'm going to be honest. My bias, like if I show you the bias, like you kind of understand why we took this trade, and the Discord server as well. We were kind of rooting for it to go down. Like honestly, we had this crazy imbalance. And like yesterday, I did state that, we had this imbalance, and I thought, you know what, this candlestick is most likely going to be bullish, which made sense. But I really thought that this next candlestick would cover this imbalance. I really did think that. And honestly, we can't predict the market, but I really was rooting for it to do that. It didn't do that. And just scaling in, like I really did, like just looking at the market, price action has been very, very, I would say, choppy. And it makes sense because of, Trump, the inauguration, and today was his speech as well. We end up losing around $300 on this trade, and I think it was like around $350 on this trade, and it wasn't the best feeling ever, honestly. But yeah, looking at the markets, if I just quickly show you guys what I was seeing. So for me, it's like I saw this imbalance and I thought, okay, cool. Drop my equilibrium, thought, you know what? I expect the market to reach this equilibrium. Like I really did root for it to reach at least this equilibrium. And when my session started, the session started at New York session, and we ended up with this candlestick not closing below these lows right here, which was kind of a red flag. But on lower time frames, it was a break of structure, which I'll show you in a second. And I was like, okay, cool. Most likely, we have two red candlesticks, two bearish candlesticks. Most likely, we're going to end up with another bearish candlestick. So I was like, cool, let me enter while price is kind of pushing upwards and looking for that little retracement on a lower time frame. And so secondly, also is that looking at a lower time frame, we just broke, we had this break of structure right here, right? We had this break of structure right here. And it wasn't like it was a break of structure with a wick. It's a clear body that price is going down. And, when you see the market, when you see that initial break of structure, okay, cool, we're going to get some sort of retrace, and then we're going to probably most likely push down, right? You wouldn't expect market to push up and then break the highs over there, especially if price has, looking at price, is all it's been doing is this ranging, and then it drops, goes back up, drops, breaks structure. Like, guys, we've been having a lot of structural breaks to the downside, right? The trend most likely is what it was, a downtrend. I didn't know that the market said, nope, we are not reaching equilibrium. We're not going to fill this liquidity. We're not going to fill anything of this equilibrium, this imbalance that we have. And they said, we're going to go up, And, initially, I'll be honest, initially with this trade, and you would see like psychology was definitely playing around here. Because look, guys, yeah, we entered, we saw some sort of bearish push. I saw, okay, cool. We broke this structure right here, broke here. Okay, so I was like, okay, cool. We broke this level right here. We have a high. These highs got swept. We had a little liquidity sweep right here, or even a liquidity sweep right here. And then we'll price break the internal structure. I was like, cool, I'll enter off a pullback. Honestly, I didn't want to enter down here. I would have really liked entering at this break of structure right here. But I ended up entering anyways, a little bit impatient, ended up entering here because we did have a huge bearish momentum going on, like a huge bearish order flow going on. So I was like, you know what, guys, I'm going to enter a little bit impatient, but I don't mind risking, this amount of, I think it was like 80 pips. I don't mind risking 80 pips. I was like, you know what, it's fine. Okay. Stop loss just above this fair value gap on the 1 hour. I was expecting price to like kind of fill this fair value gap. But I was like, you know what? Anything above this fair value gap, I don't want it because it will fly up if it goes above this fair value gap, which now I'm looking at it clearly disrespected this fair value gap. However, when I was trading, I did have hopes for this trade because you can see gold teased us. We created a high over here. And this high never got broken, right? Over here, we created a lower high. And I thought that, okay, price is most likely going to push down. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, cool. Most likely, guys, price is going to push down, and we're going to see price, get to our equilibrium, and then obviously our last take profit, which was I'm thinking, yeah, it was London lows, right? This is London lows right here, or New York lows. Yesterday's New York lows. I was like, cool. Most likely that could happen. But we had some manipulation and price ended up spriting up. Like literally just went up. I don't know why it went up. I don't know what caused this bullish order flow, but it did. And I was like, okay, cool. We're still kind of in this fair value gap, so we may have a chance. So on the higher time frames, I said to the chat, I said, listen, chat, if this goes above equilibrium, if this candlestick goes above equilibrium, I am going to close my trade early. Because I wasn't really liking price action and I really wanted to cut my losses short. What does price do? It closes below equilibrium. So we tapped into discounted price. I said, you know what? I was really thinking, okay, this could be it. This could be price going down. Nope. Price did not want to go down, guys. It did not want to go down. I don't know if I'm seeing, like, comment down below if I'm seeing something different, but I'm seeing bearish order flow here, and I'm seeing, okay, price going to the fair value gap. It gets disrespected, and we end up losing around $350, which is not the greatest, okay? Which, I mean, we had some wins this week, so we're pretty much cool. I didn't really want to lose this. But we ended up doing that anyways. We ended up losing it anyways, which we're gonna have to just charge it in the game. We're gonna see tomorrow how the market plays out. But looks like market is most likely gonna probably continue to go to the upside. I'm probably going to see, we're probably gonna see these London highs get tapped into, maybe. We did see some huge rejection here. I would be very gutted if, like, later on today, maybe even the Asian session, and we see, price going down here. I would be very gutted, only because it's like, why couldn't New York session just do it for me? Like, I would be very, very gutted. But nevertheless, guys, like, this is like an anomaly trade. We followed our rules. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. As long as you calculate your risk, you should be good. Like, I'm not too stressed about this loss because it is what it is. We move on. We just move on to the next trade. We don't hold on to these losses. You shouldn't have emotions based on these losses. But as you can see, like, this trade on a bullish point of view, when I put my bullish goggles on and I look at it, I'm like, you know what? Price was it looks very bullish. Like, it does look very bullish. However, all of this movement here was really telling me, no, it can't go up. It's gonna go down, especially this whole bearish order flow. And it's like, there's no way it's gonna push down in London session and then try and tap into London highs, which is like crazy to me. But I guess I just didn't see that. I'm guessing that that's just something I just gotta get my eyes, train my eyes even more to, like, I think next time I will mark out London highs, because it's funny because in my live stream, if you guys are not part of my live stream, I go live every single day, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. London time, and I live trade every single day, all transparency on my Discord server. If you're not part of it, click the link in the description below. But I did mention to my Discord server, I said, if price goes above this high right here, this level high right here, it's most likely going to hit this order flow, this low of the order, so the order block. And if it continues, it will probably hit London highs. I don't know why I ended up deleting London highs, but it's something for me to look at, and hopefully next time we don't make these errors in the market. But it's all a learning lesson anyways. We learn. It's either, every trade is either a blessing or it's a lesson. So it's up to us whether we treat it as a blessing or a lesson. This is clearly the lesson today, but it's not too bad, guys. Not too bad. I honestly, I still believe the market will go and touch equilibrium. I don't know if I'm too cooked or like I'm too focused on the bias, but I mean, if the market wants to go the other way, I have to then stop my feelings and I have to stop thinking about what I want and have to follow what the market wants to give me. So we'll see tomorrow if I'm going to still keep this bearish bias, but we will see, guys. And make sure, if you like these trade breakdowns, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.